Shadowing Practice. 5 minutes daily. Why shadowing works so fast. Narrator Daniel. My name is Daniel, and today I want to show you a speaking technique that changed my life and the lives of thousands of English learners around the world. It's called shadowing. But before we start the actual practice, let me take you into a story, because this story explains why so many people struggle with speaking, and why shadowing fixes that struggle faster than anything else. There was a young man named Ryan. Ryan studied English for 14 years. He memorized grammar rules. He passed every exam. He finished textbooks. He did everything teachers told him. But when he tried to speak, nothing came out. His mouth froze. His thoughts collapsed. His voice shook. He knew the words. He understood the sentences, but speaking felt like climbing a mountain. Maybe you have felt this too. One day, Ryan moved to a new city for work. At the office, everyone spoke English quickly. At first, he tried to participate. He tried to form sentences. He tried to think fast, but his brain couldn't keep up. One evening, feeling frustrated, he searched online. How can I speak English fluently without fear? That's when he found something surprising: shadowing practice. He clicked the video. A simple instruction appeared. Listen to the speaker and repeat after a small delay. Don't think, don't translate, just follow. Ryan tried it, and in the beginning, it felt strange. His timing was messy, his voice was slow, he missed words, but something interesting happened. The next morning, he tried again. 5 minutes only. 5 minutes before breakfast. Day by day, something inside him started changing. His tongue moved faster. His voice became clearer. The fear in his chest started melting. He wasn't memorizing. He wasn't translating. He wasn't studying. He was training. And that's the biggest secret most learners don't know. You don't become fluent by thinking. You become fluent by training your mouth. Shadowing trains the mouth the same way running trains the legs. You build speed, you build rhythm, you build confidence. Now let me explain the magic behind it. When you speak normally, you are doing two jobs at once. You think and you speak, and your brain gets overloaded. But when you shadow, you remove one job entirely. You don't think. You don't choose words, you simply follow. And something beautiful happens. Your brain focuses on the sound while your mouth practices the movement. This is why shadowing improves. Pronunciation, rhythm, tone, confidence, speed, listening, speaking all at the same time. Think of it like dancing. If someone holds your hand and guides your steps, your body learns faster than if you try dancing alone. Shadowing guides your speaking. Now let me show you how quickly your life can change with this technique. After 2 weeks, Ryan noticed he wasn't translating anymore. After 1 month, his sentences came out smoother. After 2 months, he could join meetings without fear. And after 6 months, people started asking him, "Are you sure English is not your first language?" That's the power of shadowing. And now, I want you to experience that same transformation. Before we begin the actual 5-minute daily routine, in the later segments, I want to give you the 3 rules Ryan followed. These rules made his progress fast, simple, and stress-free. Rule 1. Don't chase perfection. Shadowing is not about being perfect, it's about building rhythm. If you miss a word, continue. If the speaker moves faster, continue. If you feel slow, continue. Rule 2. Use your real voice. Don't whisper. Shadowing is physical training. Your mouth must move, your tongue must stretch, your voice must vibrate. Rule 3. Practice 5 minutes only. Not 30 minutes, not 1 hour, 5 minutes. Because consistency is more powerful than long sessions. You're not memorizing English, you're shaping your English. In the next segment, I will take you step by step through the warm up I personally use every day. This warm up prepares your mouth for shadowing so the practice feels effortless and natural. Stay with me. Your fluency journey is just beginning. The warm up that makes shadowing easy. Daniel, before we begin real shadowing practice, I want you to prepare your mouth, your breath, and your rhythm. Most English learners skip this step, and that's the reason they struggle. They jump into shadowing with a tired voice, a stiff tongue, and a tense mind. But when you prepare the body first, shadowing becomes smooth, almost effortless. Let's start gently. Take one slow breath in through your nose, hold it, and release it slowly through your mouth. Do this 2 more times because breathing is the foundation of fluency. English is not just sound, it's air, flow, and calmness. Now relax your shoulders, roll them backward, then forward. When your shoulders relax, your throat relaxes, and when your throat relaxes, your voice becomes clearer. Next, let's wake up your lips. Press them together softly. Release, press, release. Do this 5 times. You may think it's too simple, but these small warm ups start activating the muscles that shape the most common English sounds. Now move to the tongue. Touch the roof of your mouth with the tip of your tongue. Hold it for 1 second. Release. Repeat 5 times. This prepares your tongue for quick movements. Sounds like T, D, L, N, which appear in almost every English sentence. Good. Now your mouth is awake. Let's move to voice activation. Speak these lines with a steady, comfortable tone. Not loud, not soft, just natural. I'm warming up. I'm preparing my voice. I'm getting ready for the practice. My mouth is waking up. I'm feeling more confident. Repeat them slowly. Feel the movement. Feel the rhythm. Now we'll move to short response phrases, expressions native speakers use constantly. When you shadow these, your brain starts recognizing quick natural patterns. Repeat after me at your own pace. All right. Okay. Sounds good. I get it. That's fine. No problem. I understand. Keep your voice steady. Let the words flow. Now we will add longer warm-up lines. These lines help your mouth stretch into full sentences without stress. Repeat them calmly. I'm speaking more clearly now. I'm letting the words come out naturally. I'm following the sounds one by one. I'm relaxing into the rhythm of English. I'm learning without pressure. Take another breath. Relax your shoulders again. Let your voice rest for a moment. Now we focus on rhythm, the heart of shadowing. English is not just words. English is movement. Repeat these lines slowly. I'm finding the rhythm. I'm moving with the sentence. I'm not rushing. I'm speaking with the steady flow. I'm getting used to the pattern. Excellent. Now we introduce the most important skill in shadowing, the 1 second delay. This is the timing that makes shadowing natural. Imagine you hear a line like, I'm improving a little every day. You wait 1 second, then you speak. Let's practice with simple warm-up lines. Say each one with a tiny pause before repeating, I'm taking this step by step. I'm following the speaker's voice. I'm learning how English really sounds. I'm not forcing anything. I'm letting my mouth learn the movement. Feel how the delay creates space. That space removes pressure. It makes shadowing smoother. Now for the final part of the warm-up, I want you to repeat after me, slowly and confidently. My voice is ready. My mind is ready. My mouth is ready. My fluency is improving. I'm prepared for shadowing. Take one last calm breath. You are now physically and mentally prepared for the real practice. In the next segment, I will guide you through the actual 5-minute daily shadowing routine. A routine you can repeat every single day for life-changing results. Stay with me. The real transformation starts in segment 3. Segment 3. The 5-minute daily shadowing routine. Daniel. Now that your mouth is warmed up and your voice is active, we're ready to begin the real shadowing routine. This is the exact 5-minute structure I teach my students. It's short, simple, and extremely effective. You can do it anywhere, before work, before class, or even before sleep. Remember, shadowing is training, not studying. Today, I will guide you through every second of the routine. Let's begin. Minute 21. Slow shadowing. Clear, calm, easy. For the first minute, you will shadow slowly spoken lines. These sentences are simple, comfortable, and clear. Your goal is not perfection. Your goal is to follow the flow. Repeat with a 1-second delay. I'm speaking slowly. I'm following the sound. I'm not rushing. My voice is steady. I can hear every word. I'm moving one sentence at a time. I'm getting comfortable with the rhythm. I'm learning the natural flow of English. If you miss a word, ignore it. Continue. Shadowing is movement, not accuracy. Minute 2. Natural speed. Shadowing. Everyday sentences. Now we increase the speed a little. Not fast, just natural conversation speed. Repeat. I'm understanding more already. I'm following the natural pace. My mind is relaxed. My voice is keeping up. I can do this easily. I'm speaking without pressure. I'm letting English guide me. I'm feeling more confident. Notice how your tongue starts moving more smoothly. Your brain becomes more flexible. This is where fluency begins. Minute 3. Real life. Shadowing. Short, quick expressions. In Minute 3, we train quick everyday responses. These expressions appear in every real conversation, so learning them automatically boosts your fluency. Shadow each line with a small delay. Yeah, sure. Right now. Not really. I don't mind. It's okay. That works. I got it. No worries. Sounds good. Let's do it. Here we go. That's it. These short lines build speed and confidence like nothing else. Minute 4. Connected speech. Shadowing. Real native flow. Now we move into true native style connection. Shadow these lines just as they sound, smooth and connected. Repeat naturally. I'm gonna try my best. I want to get better every day. I'm kind of excited about this. I'm feeling a little more confident. I gotta keep practicing. I'm doing pretty well right now. It's getting easier with every sentence. I'm starting to sound more natural. Connected speech is where shadowing becomes real training. Don't focus on spelling, focus on sound. Minute 5. Fluent shadowing. Longer lines, real flow. This final minute is the most powerful. Now you practice longer sentences with full rhythm and real life flow. Take your time, breathe, and repeat. I'm learning to follow English the way it's naturally spoken. I don't need to think about every word anymore. I'm letting my mouth and my mind work together. Every sentence I shadow makes me more fluent. I'm training my voice to speak with confidence. I'm slowly becoming the kind of person who speaks English easily. I can feel the improvement happening right now. I know that daily practice will change the way I speak forever. Take one final calm breath. This is your full 5-minute routine. Do this once a day, and your speaking ability will rise faster than you can imagine. Let me remind you of something important. You don't become fluent by thinking. You become fluent by repeating the rhythm of real English. In the next segment, I'll guide you through a story-based shadowing session. A mini story designed specifically to train speaking flow, memory, and pronunciation. Stay with me. The real fun is about to begin. Segment 4. Story-based shadowing, the airport morning. Daniel. Now we begin the most enjoyable part of shadowing. Story shadowing. This trains your brain to follow real narratives, real emotions, real situations. Stories make shadowing feel natural and memorable. Today's mini story is simple, calm, and realistic. You will shadow it line by line with a small delay. Don't try to be perfect, just follow the rhythm. The story is called The Airport Morning. Let's begin. Part 1. The beginning of the morning. Repeat after me, slowly and calmly. It was 6:30 in the morning. The sky was still a little dark. I arrived at the airport earlier than planned. The air felt cool and quiet. I pulled my small suitcase behind me. The wheels made a soft sound on the floor. I felt calm but a little sleepy. I looked around and saw only a few people. Take a small breath. Let's continue. I checked my ticket on my phone. My flight was on time. I felt relieved. I didn't want any delays. I walked slowly toward the security area. The morning felt peaceful. Shadow these lines gently. Feel the pacing. Part 2. The encounter. Now we enter the next part of the story. Repeat. As I waited in line, I noticed a man in front of me. He looked nervous, like he was in a hurry. He checked his bag again and again. Then he turned around and gave me a small smile. I smiled back politely. He said he was flying home to see his family. He hadn't seen them in 2 years. I could hear the excitement in his voice. Continue. I told him I hoped he had a great trip. He thanked me. For a moment, we both stood quietly. The airport lights were bright but soft. The line moved slowly forward. I could feel the day beginning. Notice how your voice flows. Stories carry emotion. Let your tone follow gently. Part 3. Inside the terminal, next section. Repeat with a natural rhythm. After security, I walked toward my gate. The terminal felt warm and bright. Shops were opening for the day. I could smell fresh coffee from a nearby cafe. People were speaking softly around me. The atmosphere felt peaceful. Continue. I found an empty seat near the window. I sat down and placed my suitcase beside me. I watched the planes outside. They looked quiet in the morning light. Everything felt slow, calm, and gentle. Take a breath. Let the story guide your voice. Part 4. The reflection. This part focuses on emotional shadowing, meaning plus rhythm together. Repeat. As I sat there, I started thinking about my own trip. I was not flying for work. I was flying to start a new chapter in my life. It felt exciting and a little scary, but it also felt right. I knew I was moving toward something better. Continue. I thought about the man in the line. Everyone at the airport was going somewhere. Everyone had a story. Everyone had a reason for traveling. In that moment, I felt connected to all of them. Keep the voice steady. Part 5. The announcement final section. Repeat. Suddenly I heard an announcement. My flight was ready for boarding. I stood up slowly. I took a deep breath. I grabbed my suitcase handle. I felt calm and ready. I walked toward the gate with a quiet smile. That morning felt like the beginning of something new. Take one final breath. Daniel's closing guidance. You've just completed a full story shadowing session. If you feel your mouth moving more freely, that's normal. If the story felt easy to follow, that's a sign you're improving. If you missed lines, that's also normal. Shadowing is about movement, not perfection. In the next segment, we will move into advanced story shadowing, where you repeat longer lines, faster flow, and more natural emotional rhythm. This will upgrade your fluency to the next level. Whenever you're ready. Segment 5. Advanced story. Shadowing, faster flow, longer lines. Daniel, you've completed the basic story shadowing session. Now we move to the next level. Advanced shadowing. This part uses longer sentences, faster flow, deeper emotion, and more natural rhythm. You will follow the story just like before, but the pacing will be closer to real-life English. Don't worry if you fall behind. Don't pause the flow, just keep moving. Your improvement happens inside the movement. Today's advanced story is a continuation of the previous one. It's called The Flight of Change. Take a breath. Let's begin. Part 1. Boarding the plane. Repeat these longer lines with a small delay. I stepped onto the plane and felt the warm air inside the cabin. The lights were soft and the seats looked comfortable in the early morning glow. I walked slowly down the aisle, looking for my seat number. People were settling in, placing their bags, adjusting their jackets, preparing for the journey, sir. Continue. I found my seat near the window and I felt lucky. I always prefer the window. It gives me a sense of calm. I placed my backpack under the seat in front of me and took a slow breath. The hum of the engine was gentle, almost like a background melody. These longer lines help your tongue and breath control. Part 2. The quiet takeoff. Repeat. As the plane began to move, a soft vibration passed through the floor. I felt a mix of excitement and nervousness, the same feeling I always get before a big change. The plane rolled slowly toward the runway, and the morning sun touched the window beside me. I watched light spread across the wings like a quiet invitation. Next, when the engines grew louder, I closed my eyes for a moment. I told myself that this journey was exactly what I needed. I told myself that new beginnings always start with a little courage. I felt my heartbeat settle as the plane lifted from the ground. Shadow the emotion, calm, steady, natural. Part 3. The conversation in the air. Repeat. When the seatbelt sign turned off, I leaned back and relaxed. A man sitting beside me looked at me and smiled politely. He asked if I traveled often, and I told him I did, but this trip felt different. He listened with surprising interest. Continue. I explained that I was flying to start a new job, a new city, and maybe a new life. He nodded, and I could see he understood the mixture of excitement and fear. He said he had moved cities last year and that it changed him in ways he didn't expect. He told me that sometimes the best decisions are the ones that scare us first. These types of lines train your emotional expression and pacing. Part 4. Mid-air reflection. Repeat. As I looked out of the window, the clouds below seemed endless. They looked like soft mountains stretching across the sky. I felt small in the best possible way, like the world was bigger than my worries. For the first time in a long time, I felt free. Continued our. I thought about how many people want change, but never take the first step. I thought about how long I waited before making this decision. And I realized that courage is not loud, it's quiet, simple, and personal. It's the moment you decide to move, even when you're not fully ready. Let your tone follow the calm emotion. Part 5. The lesson of motion. Repeat these deeper lines. The more the plane moved forward, the more I felt myself moving forward. The sky outside became brighter, and something inside me did too. I understood that growth doesn't happen in comfort, growth happens in motion. And this journey, this flight, was the beginning of that motion. Continue. I promised myself that I would not hide from new experiences anymore. I promised myself that I would welcome challenges with steady breath. I promised myself that I would trust the path I chose. And I felt proud of myself for taking this step. Take a slow breath. Daniel's closing notes for this segment. Advanced story shadowing is not about speed, it's about carrying meaning, rhythm, and emotion together. If your voice felt smoother, that's good. If the story made your tone more natural, that's progress. If you struggled with some lines, that's normal. Your fluency is growing every time your mouth moves. In the next segment, we will push the limit even further with fast flow shadowing, where you follow sentences closer to real conversational pace. This will train your brain to handle real-life English speed. Whenever you're ready. Segment 6. Fast flow shadowing. Real conversation. Speed. Daniel, you've trained slow flow. You've trained natural flow. You've trained long emotional lines. Now we move into the most important part of shadowing. Fast flow shadowing. The speed that real conversations use. This segment will feel challenging. That's the point. Don't pause. Don't try to be perfect. Let your mouth chase the rhythm. Fluency grows when your brain stretches beyond its comfort zone. Let's begin. Part 1. Warm up into speed. Repeat with a 1-second delay. These lines start slightly faster than before. I'm ready for a faster pace now. I'm letting my mouth keep moving. I won't stop if I fall behind. I'm building real conversational speed. My voice can handle this. My mind can follow the flow. I'm staying calm even when it gets fast. Good. Now we increase the speed. Repeat. I'm speaking quicker than before. I'm letting the sounds move naturally. I'm training my mouth to react immediately. I'm getting used to faster English. Let your voice follow the motion. Trinas Taniao Bautu, fast everyday dialogue. Now imagine a real conversation happening around you. These short lines are spoken quickly in real life. Repeat them with the natural fast tone. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I got it. Hold on a second. Give me a minute. Wait, seriously? No way, that's crazy. Are you coming or not? Yeah, I'm almost there. All right, let's do this. Okay, I'm ready. These quick responses make your fluency sharp. Your mouth must jump into each line. That's the training. Part 3. Fast connected speech. Native realism. Now we train real native shortcuts, the way Americans actually speak. Repeat. I'm gonna head out soon. I gotta finish this first. I'm kinda tired today. You wanna grab some coffee? I'll be there in a minute. I've been working all day. I don't know how that happened. It's pretty easy once you try. That's what I was saying. Let me check real quick. If you can shadow these even half correctly, your speaking speed is improving. Or if far for? Sora, fast emotional flow. Now we're moving into longer emotional lines spoken in a faster tone. Don't try to match perfectly, try to match the feeling. Repeat. I'm finally starting to trust myself when I speak English. I don't stop as much as before, and that feels amazing. I can hear the speed and I can follow it more easily now. My voice is learning how to keep going even when the sentence is long. I'm not afraid of mistakes anymore because they're part of the process. Now slightly faster. I'm speaking faster, smoother, and with more confidence than ever. I can feel the rhythm taking over, and I'm letting it guide me. I'm not forcing anything, I'm just following the flow. Your voice may feel warm or tired. That means the exercise is working. Part 5, Real life fast story snippets, now shadow fast paced storylines. Small bursts, realistic rhythm, repeat quickly. I rushed out the door because I was running late. I grabbed my bag and hoped I didn't forget anything. The street was already busy and cars were moving fast. I tried to call a ride, but my phone didn't respond. So I started walking quickly toward the station. I could feel my heart beating fast, but I kept moving. I didn't want to miss my train again. Somehow I made it right on time. I stepped inside, took a breath, and felt relieved. These lines push your brain into real conversational timing. Part 6, Daniel's Speed Training Guidance. If this felt hard, that's not a mistake. That's growth. Shadowing at natural and fast speed trains your instant reaction, breath control, tongue flexibility, real-time decision-making, listening accuracy, confidence under pressure. Most learners never train at real-life speed. That's why they freeze when native speakers talk. But you're training your brain inside that speed, and that rewires your fluency. Even if you missed words, even if you felt behind, even if your tongue struggled, you are improving faster than with any traditional method. In the next segment, we'll shift into conversational life story shadowing, a more emotional, deeper, longer flow narrative designed to build natural fluency. This would be one of the most powerful segments of the entire long format lesson. Whenever you're ready, segment 7, Deep Emotional Story, Shadowing Life Flow Narrative. Daniel, now we move into the most important part of your shadowing journey. Deep Emotional Story Shadowing. This is where fluency becomes natural, meaningful, and personal. Long emotional stories train your voice, breath, tone, and confidence more than anything else. Today's story is called The Letter I Never Sent. It is calm, emotional, and real. Shadow every line with a 1-second delay. Don't try to be perfect. Try to feel the story. Take a breath. Let's begin. Part 1. The memory, repeat. There was a letter I wrote many years ago. It was a letter I never sent to anyone. I wrote it on a quiet evening when I felt lost. I didn't know what to do with my life at that time. I felt like I was standing in the middle of a road with no direction. The room was silent and the world felt heavy. The only thing that made sense was writing. Continue. I picked up a pen and started without thinking. I wrote down everything I was afraid to say out loud. I wrote about my failures, my hopes, my mistakes, my dreams. Sentence after sentence, the page filled itself. For the first time, I felt like my heart was speaking honestly. Let your tone follow the emotion, slow and gentle. Part 2. The Unspoken Truth. Shadow these lines. In that letter, I admitted things I never told anyone. I admitted that I felt like I wasn't enough. I admitted that I felt behind everyone around me. I admitted that I was scared of disappointing the people I loved. But I also admitted something important. I admitted that I wanted to change. I wanted to grow. I wanted to become someone I could be proud of. Continue. That letter carried a truth I had been avoiding, a truth that felt heavy but necessary, a truth that finally made me breathe again. These lines strengthen deep rhythm and emotional delivery. Part 3. The Turning Point. Repeat. When I finished writing, I stared at the page for a long time. I realized that everything I needed was already inside me. No one could give me permission to start. No one could push me forward except myself. I understood that change does not begin with confidence. It begins with honesty. And that letter was my first honest moment in years. Continue. I folded the letter carefully, but I didn't send it. I didn't need to. Writing it was enough to shift something inside me, shadow with calm clarity. Part 4. Growth in Silence. Repeat. From that day, I began changing small things in my life. I woke up a little earlier. I worked a little harder. I listened to myself more. I compared myself less. I didn't change overnight, but every day I felt myself becoming stronger. Continue. I realized that life doesn't transform in big moments. It transforms quietly in small actions, in the way you think, in the way you speak to yourself, in the way you take responsibility for your own journey. These lines help you practice long emotional breath control. Part 5. The Letter's Lesson. Repeat. Years passed and many things changed in my life. I became more confident. I became more focused. I learned how to trust myself. But I never threw away the letter. I kept it in a box, hidden but safe. Sometimes I read it again to remember where I started. Continue. That letter reminds me that the biggest battles we fight are inside our own minds. And the strongest voices are the ones we usually silence. That letter taught me that courage begins with telling yourself the truth. Because when you face your truth, you finally find your direction. Take a breath. Feel the emotion settling. Daniel's guidance for deep emotional shadowing. Deep emotional shadowing trains you in long natural sentences, emotional tone, smooth breath control, storytelling rhythm, real life speaking flow, confidence through vulnerability. If this story touched you, your voice probably became softer, deeper, calmer. That is exactly how emotional shadowing builds natural fluency. Your English becomes more human, more expressive, more real. In the next segment, we will complete the entire experience with the final master shadowing session, a mix of fast, slow, emotional, and natural sentences designed to fully activate your speaking ability. It will be the most powerful part of the entire series. Whenever you're ready, ChatGPT said, Segment 8, Master Shadowing Session, Complete Fluency Flow. Narrator Daniel Gamani, final segment, 750 words. Daniel, you've come a long way. You completed slow shadowing, natural speed shadowing, emotional shadowing, advanced story shadowing, and even fast flow shadowing. Now we bring everything together into one final master session, a complete fluency workout designed to activate every part of your speaking ability. This final segment is a combination of slow rhythm, fast rhythm, emotional lines, connected speech, real conversation tone, long storytelling flow. Take one deep breath. Relax your shoulders, let your voice settle. We begin now. Part 1. Slow, strong foundations. Repeat after a short delay. I'm speaking with clarity. I'm following the rhythm naturally. I'm letting my voice move without pressure. I'm trusting the process. I'm becoming more fluent every day. My confidence is growing with every sentence. These lines create stability before we increase speed. Part 2. Natural speed life sentences. Now we move into normal conversation rhythm. Shadow these lines smoothly. I'm learning how English really feels when it's spoken naturally. I can hear the flow and I can follow it more easily now. My voice moves with the sentence instead of fighting against it. I'm understanding myself as an English speaker. This feels more natural every time I practice. Let your tone stay calm, steady, confident. Part 3. Fast Flow Everyday English. Now a faster pace, just like real conversations. Repeat. Hey, I've been meaning to tell you something. Yeah, I figured that out already. No worries, it's all good. I'll get it done as soon as possible. Wait, are you serious right now? Okay, that works for me. All right, let's move on. These lines make your mouth react quickly. Don't try to control every sound. Let the rhythm guide you. Part 4. Connected speech mastery. Now shadow the way native speakers actually talk. Repeat. I'm gonna finish this later. I kinda feel better today. I'm trying to get more fluent. I've been working on my speaking a lot. It's getting easier the more I do it. That's exactly what I was thinking. Let me see what happens next. Connected speech removes the robotic sound from your English. Part 5. Emotional expression flow. Emotional tone is essential for natural speaking. Shadow these lines slowly and deeply. I'm learning to speak from a calmer place inside me. I'm not afraid of mistakes anymore. I'm allowing myself to grow at my own pace. I'm proud of the progress I've made. I know I have a long way to go, but I'm moving forward. I'm learning to express myself with confidence and honesty. Feel the meaning as you speak. Part 6. Long story shadowing. Full breath control. Now the longest lines of this session. These train breath, rhythm, and emotional pacing together. Repeat. There was a time when speaking English felt impossible for me, but with daily practice, I discovered that fluency grows slowly, quietly through consistency. Continue. I realized that every small effort I made, every shadowed sentence, every moment I pushed myself just a little further was shaping a stronger, braver version of me. Continue. And now when I speak, I can feel the difference. My voice is steadier, my words come faster, and my mind doesn't freeze the way it used to. Continue. I've learned that fluency isn't something you wait for. It's something you build one day, one sentence, one step at a time. These lines develop deep fluency control. Part 7. Identity shift, becoming a fluent speaker. Repeat. I'm starting to sound like someone who speaks English naturally. I'm starting to think like someone who is comfortable with speaking. I'm starting to behave like someone who believes in their progress. I'm becoming the kind of person who speaks with clarity and confidence. I'm becoming someone who doesn't give up. This is mindset plus fluency training combined. Part 8. Daniel's final words. Repeat these final affirmations. I've completed the full shadowing journey. I've trained my voice, my mind, and my confidence. I know that with daily practice, I will become fluent. I trust the process. I trust myself. I am improving every day. I am proud of how far I've come. Take one final slow breath. You've completed the full 8-segment shadowing program. Slow, natural, fast, emotional, story-based, and full flow training. This is a powerful tool. Use it daily for 5 minutes and your speaking ability will grow faster than you ever expected. I'm proud of your progress. Subscribe now, join the Bright World English Academy family, and let's start your English learning journey together.